What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, Dylan and I are going to be listening to Strung Out's brand new album, Dead Rebellion. The street date is April 5th, I believe, but we've got a nice copy courtesy of Dylan's Connection. So we're going to listen to each track one by one. We're going to rank it on our pain/satisfaction scale that you can see below each of us. And we're going to give each song a score between 1 and 10. At the end of the video, we're going to tell you what we thought overall of the record and give the record itself a score out of 10. So, Dylan, I think the very first time you came on the show was for the Strung Out tier list. What are your expectations for this album here? What do you think? Return to form after the Horse album, or do you think we're going to get more of the same?
I'm extremely cautiously optimistic. I will say they sounded very good live on the first night of the tour with Less Than Jake. So that gives me some slight hopes. But let's find out. I want to listen to it.
All right, so we're just going to get straight into it here. Dylan and I are both big Strung Out fans. I'm hoping a little bit for a return to Transmission Alpha Delta. I feel like that's taken the crowd as my favorite Strung Out album. It's not that we're not that far removed from it, so I've got some faith. I've heard two of the songs. One of them I liked, one of them I did not like. So we'll see. But we're gonna get straight into it. The first song is called "The Future Ghosts," and here we go. We're gonna play it in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. First song. Let me hear your thoughts on this one first. I mean, I was smiling the whole time, so I think you know where I'm gonna go. But where are you on the scale, and what's your score out of 10?
That's gonna be like a 8.5 out of 10. And it was a firecracker. It was a very good opening track. The chorus was awesome. It reminded me a lot of songs like Analog and Calling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great opening track. I really like that.
Yeah, dude. I got my wish. I asked for something that sounded like Transmission Alpha Delta, and I to me this sounds like it could be from that era, definitely from that album. I'm gonna go 8-3, and I'm also like, that's a firecracker. That is a banger right off the bat. Great opener. So there we go, man. That's a great start. That last single, I was like, I don't know, like it was a little rough, but yeah, we're starting off high. 2 firecrackers right off the bat. We're gonna get into track number 2 here. So double thumbs up from Dylan and myself for Future Ghosts. The next track is called Signal Fires. What the singles were New Gods, Cages. Is that it? Was it? And White Owls. White Owls is the one I didn't like. Those are the 3 that we've heard, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into track number 2 here. Signal Fires in 3, 2, 1. All right, man, I'll go first on this one. I feel like we got 2 firecrackers right off the bat. I mean, I think maybe not quite as good as Future Ghosts, but I'm going to go 7-6 on this one. I thought it had a good chorus. We got some more, great guitar leads too right off the bat. I felt like that was kind of missing off of Armor and Devotion. I like the part where it kind of came in like a radio transmission. I can't remember what he said, but it was right before the last chorus. That was a cool part. Production on the first 2 to me sounds pretty damn good. Also, step up from Horse album. So yeah, I'm gonna go 7-6 here. What do you think?
This one's an 8, and it once again is a firecracker. So we're 4 for 4 so far. Yeah, another great song, and the opening guitar lead is cool. And then that part that comes in like the last third of the song with that like I want to say like Twisted by Design era style little whatever that little riffy part is where Jake or whoever's playing like those high notes is pretty cool. So yeah, I like the song a lot too. I think there's a good 1-2 punch to open the album there.
Yeah, you gotta be feeling good now, right? Like both of us were kind of like apprehensive, right?
Uh,
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I didn't expect two bangers right off the bat after the last album.
I'll refrain from further comment. We'll just continue with this exercise here.
All right. Dylan is exercising caution. We're going to go into New Gods, which I believe, don't quote me, was the first single off of the album. I heard when the singles come out, just so people know, I usually listen to singles once or twice when I'm doing like the New Music Friday stuff, but I'm not somebody who throws the singles on a playlist and listens to them over and over. I like to, the first time I experience an album, headphones locked in, that's the way, in the proper sequence. So I've heard it once, maybe twice, but we're going to get into New Gods here now. Are you ready, Dylan?
Yeah, this is the second single, by the way.
Second single. I thought so, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Dylan. New Gods, track 3 is up. You were cautious. Do you feel any better now, or is it starting to slip for you?
I'll say as a single, it did not work very well. It didn't really get me. I was very excited for the album, and this being released as a single, I feel like may not have been a very good representation of the album as a whole. Listening to it in sequence with the other songs so far, it sounds better though. I like it more than I did the first few times I heard it. I'm still kind of not crazy into it, so we'll put it in the middle. It'll get like a 6, and I guess I'm lost, if that's what the thing in the middle said.
Yeah, it was hard to find middling things to describe the song. So, well, I don't know. It's definitely, so far, it's my least favorite of the 3. It had the best guitar solo so far. I thought that was pretty good. The chorus is very, very like radio rock sounding, but I mean I still like the song. I think it would be the best song, or close to the best song, on the Horse album. I still think this is giving us some reason to believe. It's getting maybe more towards Lost, but I thought it was all right. I'm gonna go. Let's go 6-4. So I'm right there with you in the 6 range. But overall, man, I think this album's shaping up to be pretty decent. White Owls is next. Listened to it once, like I said, wasn't feeling it the first time, but like you said, sequence of the album sometimes changes it. And we're both locked in listening to just this right now, so that could also change it. Any thoughts about White Owls before we actually play it?
I did not like it. It did not elicit a second listen from me so far. So this will be my second time hearing the song. So we'll see if I have a different perspective on it now.
All right, here we go. White Owls in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. White Owls. Did the true second listen change anything for you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's placebo, but this, so far, those 2 singles sound better right now than they did on Spotify and YouTube. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but they like just sonically sound better for some reason. Yeah, I thought it was a serviceable Strung Out song. I mean, it sounds like something that may have been like a B-side on most of the other albums, but inoffensive. So I'll put it at 6.5. Reason to believe on the low end of that. I will say still the vocals are overly edited. We'll say that. Just like you can hear where, okay, this take starts here, he sings a line, here's another take from the next day. It's a little choppy.
Yeah. I I don't know. Like, I'm surprised, man, that you like it better than New Gods. Um, I I feel like the verses are fine, right? I feel like the all the instrumentation is fine. I just don't like that chorus. It's just like, I don't know. It's like a Hoobastank or something chorus. It's just, I don't know. I don't feel anything rockin' or punk rock about that chorus at all. So, I don't hate the song though. Like, it's just like a radio rock song. I'm gonna go 5-2 on it. It's without a doubt my least favorite of the three so far, and I think it's like clear. So I want to put at least 1 point between New Gods and White Owls, because I think it's a pretty steep drop, especially because that chorus kind of lingers for so long. It's like the whole last 40 seconds of the song. So I'm gonna go 5-2. Dylan changed his tune on it, which is nice. But yeah, that's the lowest one so far. So we're off to a really good start. I think I still feel pretty positively about the record. The next song, Life You Bleed, Dylan, this was not a single, right?
No, and I want to say you keep bringing up radio rock. So the dude who produced this album, I can't even remember his name. His only production credits are like Papa Roach and some like UFC TV theme song or something. So yeah, they went from Ryan Green to this guy. So
Interesting. Yeah, I could. That's, Papa Roach has come a long ways from Infest, I think it was called, the first one. So yeah, this isn't. Don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing the two. It's not. The style is not too far removed. I know no matter how I frame that, I'm gonna get crucified. But I think some people will at least understand what I'm saying. Stylistically, it's close, kind of. No, but anyway, we're gonna move on. Life You Bleed. Let's get into it before I dig myself in any deeper. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. All right, that was Life You Bleed. Let's get rid of these scores here. All right, Dylan, I don't know if I can get past that "oh whoa whoa" part. Like, both of us were shaking our head when that came on. Oh my god. I'm getting lost. I don't know, man. We are lost, and we may be headed towards a swan dive. I did not like that song. Ugh. I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I get carried away when I'm getting negative, but I really don't like it at all. I'm gonna go 3-9. I don't like it. What do you think?
what's the lowest ranking again? I forgot.
It's it's blue, and it'd be a 0.
Okay, that song Blue. That's all I have to say about that. That's a 0.
Oh my god.
That was awful.
You're going 0? That'd be your second 0. You gave Corvette Summer a 0 also.
This was worse than the Green Day song.
Oh my. There was that weird part in the middle where it sounded like Caskets Full, the riff. Yeah, go on though. What else do you have to say about this one?
Boring song, horrible lyrics. Will not be listening to again, except for I can't skip it on the record. So that when that shows up, I won't have an option. And it's weird because Strung Out can like write like decent like slower like ballad type songs. Like Satellite comes to mind. I really like Satellite, but this was like some parody of that. It was terrible.
Yeah. Oh my god. Once like the oh whoa whoas, I just knew we were done, man.
The second it hit, I checked out. That was it.
Okay. All right. We've had two maybe rougher things, but we'll see. It could come back. We're both big Strung Out fans. We're gonna go Cages, which I'm pretty sure was a single. I'm getting all mixed up. I if it was, then this is the one I think I liked. I don't know, but anything.
This was the lead single.
This was the lead single. Okay. From what I remember, I liked this song, but it's probably been 2 months, 3 months. So
yeah, something like that.
And like you said, this song seemed to have a different feel. I doubt that they redid anything with the production, in the course of a couple of weeks, but it sounds a little different. Could be the headphones. But here we go. We're gonna play Cages, track number 6, in 3, 2, 1. I hear cries from my rage. I hear cries from my rage. All right, man. I'll let you go first, but I think you know where I'm at. What did you think of Cages?
It's a pretty good song. Now that I've heard the first 2 songs on the album are better than this one. But when this was just a single, I thought it was the best of those 3 songs. The chorus is very good. The song reminds me of Agents of the Underground, yes. An album I have a strong appreciation for. And one last thing I want to add, I think it's interesting how I want to say like uneven the production on the album is. Like some songs, like there's like heavy vocal effects, and other songs it's like Jason was just like, hey, just leave all the fuck ups in and don't try to mask it at all. So it's kind of odd, but I don't know. I guess they did it on a case by case basis. This was one of the songs where there was very heavy vocal effects for the most part. There's those parts that he's like talking on like a walkie-talkie or a phone or whatever, like the interjections, which I think sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it too.
But yeah, pretty good song. It's a 7, Reason to Believe, the high end of Reason to Believe.
All right. I think this is pretty on par with Future Ghosts for me. I'm going to go Firecracker, and I'm going to give it, I gave Future Ghosts an 8.3. I feel like it's right there. I'm going to go 8.2. This is a really nice turnaround. I liked it a lot. I love the guitar tone. I think you're spot on with Agents of the Underground. And a little bit of mix with the transmission, but I'm feeling it, man. I think it's a great track. I really hope there's more like this. I love the heavier Strung Out songs, so I'm feeling it, man. We're back on track. Next song is called Empire Down. We're on the B-side of the album now. Dylan and I both have 3 bangers and 3 meh songs on the A side, so let's see what the B-side has in store with us. So here we go. This is going to be Empire Down in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. You gave Life You Bleed a 0. You might have to go into the negatives for this one, man. I hated that song. That chorus reminded me of something like a bunch of middle school kids would be like chanting it. Oh, a 4-minute stinker to kick off the B-side. That is not a good sign. I mean, at least it's on the B-side and at least it's the first track. But that is not the way you want to kickstart something. I'm gonna go 2-2. I don't like it. I think Life You Bleed is significantly better. What do you think?
I'm kind of the opposite. I mean, they're both not very good songs, but this one is marginally better. I think it's saved a bit by the guitars, and the chorus is not good, but it's the best part of the song. The verses are especially bad when everything drops out and it's just drums and vocals. The intro got me very excited, and that lasted a whole 15 seconds, I think. Very confusing song, almost like country-esque, which I know.
Yes.
Jason's side project is kind of in that vein, but maybe he should keep this there. I don't know when he got a southern drawl, by the way. He's from California.
What is your score?
Oh yeah. This is 0.5.
All right, it's a swan dive, man. This is that. Ugh, this may be the worst strung out chorus I've ever heard. I know you said the chorus isn't that bad, but you're right. It's like a country. It's got a very country music vibe. Oh, the contender for worst strung out song I've ever heard. So, yikes.
They get the radio rock songs and the country radio songs. They're going for everything.
It's got
Strung Out taking over the airwaves.
Between the two of us, it's got 2.7 out of 20. So, all right. Let's move on. God, let's move on. All right.
Enough negativity.
Yeah, enough negativity. My God. All right. The next song is called Resistance. Let's see. I mean, you can only go up from here. We're in the swan dive. Let's see if we can turn it around with this one. We're going to kick it off here in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. Resistance. You're up first on this one. What do you think?
It was
Yeah.
mid tempo, the radio rock ish kind of song. I'm ready for another fast song here.
Yeah.
Cages was pretty fast. Not bad overall. Not very memorable. We'll go with the 5, and it kind of lost here.
All right. It's tough. Like coming off of that last one, it can only get better. Now this was like one of the most by the numbers songs I've ever heard. With that said, I mean it's familiar, it's fine, it's safe. I didn't hate it by any means. It had a guitar solo. Production was all good. It was catchy. I'm gonna give it a 6-1. I thought it was like just a fairly innocuous strung out song. Certainly not a standout. Maybe like a callback to like the Black Hawk sound a little bit. It was all right, like you said. I mean, it's okay. I mean, we're definitely not down where we were with the last song, which is really all we can ask for, right?
Yeah, Blackhawks is exactly what I was gonna. I was gonna ask you to name the album this could have been on, and
Yeah.
Blackhawks was the answer.
Okay, so we're seeing pretty much eye to eye on this whole album so far. There's not been one song where like we're kind of like deviating from each other. You were in where were you here? Lost? That's kind of where I'm thinking too.
Yeah, not good, not bad, just in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, we're 2/3 through the album. We've got 4 songs to go. The next of which is going to be Ceremony. So let's give this one a go here in 3, 2, 1.
If I come back to you, will it be the same?
All right, Ceremony. All right, so the last one was, we said Blackhawks. I'm getting American Paradox vibes on this one. The last 40 seconds of that song were badass. I feel like that was like maybe a wah pedal incorporated into the solos.
Kirk Hammett,
Yeah,
guest appearance.
that was I don't know. Like I feel like it's not where Future Ghosts or Cages were. It's more in the neighborhood of where I felt Signal Fires kind of fell. I did like it. It's the best one on this B side. Probably like if we combine the last two, I think it's better. So I'm gonna go 6-9 on that one. I thought it was pretty good. What do you think?
I would have this probably 8.5 and Firecracker. Badass song. Really, I like the fast parts. I like how they transition between slow and fast and use that to like build into the fast parts of the song. I like the instrumental bridge in the middle there. My only complaint, I wish that the end was a little longer. Like that solo could have gone longer. I feel like I really liked when that, like the wah pedal, like you said, came in there. So I feel like they could have done a little more with that. But yeah, very good song.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you had 2 like 4 minutes, like not stinkers. Well, I mean, And then this one, it felt like they cut short, like you said. The only thing, like, I didn't want to go too high because I feel like I get swayed by like those last two songs. I was like, okay, we got a fast one now. I didn't want to overshoot it. The only like weak parts of it, I felt like the chorus wasn't as like impactful as the other ones.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'm in that 6-7 range. Without a doubt, I'm in reason to believe at minimum.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it didn't really have a hook.
yes.
Like any especially lyrically, like there wasn't any memorable lines or anything, but instrumentally, very good song.
All right. Yeah, I agree. With that, hold on. I got to move my cat who is right on my desk. Okay. All right. Sorry for that, but we will get in now. We've only got 3 songs left. We're 75% of the way through. Next song is called Veronica's Song. Let's see if we can keep up the momentum we picked up here with Ceremony. With Ceremony. So this is Veronica's Song. Feels like a ballad name to me, man. It's track 10. That seems like a spot for a ballad. I hope I'm wrong, but let's see. Here we go. Veronica's Song in 3, 2, 1. I'm wrong. All right, man. You seem like you were pretty into that song. What'd you think?
Oh my god, dude, that's a 10. That's a 10 all day. That's the best song so far, by far. Yeah, I have no complaints at all about that song. That was incredible. That's by far the best song since Transmission. Maybe that would probably be like in the top 3 even on that album. I feel like that was so good.
Yeah, I was not expecting some fan service on track 10 for sure. But yeah, dude, it had like that classic strung out chorus. It had like the riff that's kind of like a little bit like of a variation of Animal and the Machine. It was rad, dude. I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna go 10, but man, it's tough because I gave my high score right now is 8.3 to Future Ghost, and then I've got 8.2 on Cages. I think it's so tough. Like it has all the elements that I like in a strung out song. I felt like I'm gonna piss you off a little bit, but I'm gonna go 8.2 on it. I still think that first one just hit a little differently with all the time changes and everything. I felt like it was. I'm an opener guy. I know it's kind of cliche. It's a great track, don't get me wrong, but I think Future Ghost, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's weighing in that song, I was not expecting such a banger to kick it off, but I also wasn't expecting this. I'm going to go 8.2. Yeah. I'm going to go 8.2. You all right with that?
I mean, it's your opinion. I don't really care.
Yeah, but
something about that subtle thing that they do with the guitars, where they strum a chord and then they follow it with they ring out those like the higher strings after the.
Yeah,
it's hard to explain. Krista Makes does it too on a lot of the older Less Than Jake stuff, but yeah, something about that that does it for me, man. There's a lot of it on this song.
Man, you really came around to this one. All right, so 10 out of 10 from Dylan on Veronica's Song. It could be called Dylan's Song based on that. But
I was also cracking up when you're like, oh, it's probably gonna be a ballad, and then immediately it just immediately like, damn.
I have no problem being wrong if they're gonna play a song like that. By all means, let John be wrong, and I called something off if it's gonna be a banger like that. That's totally fine with me. Let's say maybe this one's a ballad. Let's try it again. Dystopian Party Bus. All right, Dystopian Party Bus. Here we go. Second to last track in 3, 2, 1. Man, this sequencing on this album is weird, man. Do you agree? Like, Oh, that song started off so good. I'll be honest, the end was a little lackluster, but I mean, this is another classic Strung Out song. At first, like when we were like halfway through it, I was like, man, there's a reason I don't give tens because I thought this was slightly better than Veronica's song. But then like it kind of lost me a little bit at the end, but it's still very, very good. I think I still like Veronica's song a little better, but I mean it's a banger. For track 11, I'm gonna go 7-9 on it. I really like it. I'm gonna go 7-9.
That yes. I thought the last one was a perfect song. This one is very close to perfect. It's gonna be a 9. Obviously Firecracker. I agree. They really stacked this last few here. We have yet to see what Plastic Skeletons has in store, but man, they're clutching up here. I feel like this was another awesome, like really fast song that would have been, I feel, probably better served earlier in the album. They may have lost some of the hardcore fans with some of those slower songs, but I don't want to be negative. This is an awesome song, and another song that could have been on like Transmission. I feel like, but let's with Plastic Skeletons.
Yeah, I mean,
like.
yeah, let's go. I definitely have some thoughts in the sequencing. I'll save it for the end, but yeah, let's wrap it up here. The last song on the album, Plastic Skeletons. We got 3 bangers in a row, so let's see where it goes in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that ended very abruptly.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna come back in, and then I saw the time ran out.
All right, man. You go first here, and I'm pleasantly surprised with these last 4 songs. I'll say that. What do you think?
I thought that was the weakest of the bunch on the end there. Not bad by any means. I would give it like a 7.5, and Reason to Believe is probably where I'd put it. And I think it was a solid choice for the closing track, but yes, it was kind of odd how it ended. I felt like it was gonna have a break there and then maybe come back in with another chorus or something, but perfectly fine ending to the album.
All right. Yeah. I'm man, we'll just track 9, Ceremony. Oh man. My rankings are like all over the place. I'm like, I feel like for the first time we're gonna like sync right up. I was feeling 7-4, 7-5, but why not? Let's just end on the same here. And yeah, Reason to Believe. I really liked it. I liked the beginning. I liked how we got like the kind of lo-fi version of the chorus like through like the radio, and then it opened up. Overall, pretty good. I liked it. I like these last 4 songs. So let's get into our overall feelings on the album. I mean, the first thing I want to say is that the B-side should start with Ceremony, and Empire Down and Resistance should be 11-12. I would have totally swapped that. The 7-8 spots like baffle me. They had, what do we have? Life You Bleed at track 5 is fine. It makes sense for me. Like tracks 1 and 2, I felt like were perfect like trendsetters for the album. Like I really like both of those songs. Overall, where I'm at with this album, I think it's definitely, it's not to where Transmission was as a whole. Like Transmission to me, it has very few weak spots to it, and there's, what do we have here? At least
probably two
like,
or 3.
2 blatant duds and like a couple of like Black Hawk style safe rock songs. Horse Album, this beats the shit out of Horse Album. It punches Horse Album right in the face. Without a doubt, I'm confident in saying that. I like it better than Black Hawks also. Yeah, it's like I would say this is like a B minus Strung Out album. It's way more than I expected. I am pleasantly surprised. It's got maybe top 15, 20 of the year potential. I'm into it, man. I definitely want to give it some more time, give it some more listens, but I'm going to leave my score right there as what it is, 7.5. I feel like it's fair. It may go higher. There were several songs that are going to end up in my playlist without a doubt. Some are probably going to be some of my favorite songs of the year. But I'm going to go 7.5 on the album overall. I like it. Pleasantly surprised. Best Strung Out album since 2015's Transmission Alpha Delta, even though there's only one in between them. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What are your overall album thoughts?
Yes, I guess you can keep mine the same too, because that's around. I was gonna say 7.5 to 7 3/4 ish, but we'll stick with this. I agree with basically everything. This is somewhere between Songs of Arbor and Devotion and Transmission, and I would say it's closer to Transmission.
Yeah.
The highs are extremely high and the lows are pretty low, but thankfully there's more highs than lows. But there is a decent amount of filler-ish stuff that's in between. But yes, this is a very good album. Definitely the best since Transmission. And I am very pleasantly surprised, to say the least. I will be listening to this a lot this year, and I would say it's probably going to be in top 10 territory for me.
That's awesome to hear, because like you and I, we talked very briefly before this, and you did not seem like that stoked about listening to this. We were both kind of like, we got to do it, but like, damn, yeah, there's some totally. I'm caught off guard with how like I kind of want to listen to it again, but yeah, what were you gonna say?
So the video is not going to be posted till the release date, I assume.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, you probably already know what happened with if they released another single. I think if they release another single, it should be one of those last tracks 9 through 11. One of those. I would say Veronica's song has the most potential as a single. So I don't know why they chose the Cages was a fine lead off single, but New Gods and White Owls are some of the weaker songs on the album. I guess they're the most radio friendly, but I don't think Strung Out has a snowball's chance in hell of landing any radio play. Unfortunately, that's just realistic. But Veronica's song, I think, would have as a better single type song. But yes, I'm extremely happy with the album. Totally exceeded all expectations I had based on New Gods and White Owls. I thought that stuff was maybe going to go off the rails when I heard those.
I could totally see them releasing Veronica's song right before the album drops. Like, so we're recording this on March 23rd, so we still have 2.5 weeks before the album comes out. But like, to release a song that, like I said, was totally fan service. It is. That is a Strung Out song. Like, if you play that song, nobody plays that style song except Strung Out. That is their sound. So it would make a lot of sense for me if they released it right before, just to get people hyped. Because yeah, even in the Discord, White Owls is not going over well. So
universally panned single.
Yeah, it's
but
not.
Again, I thought it was okay on the album.
Yeah, that is track 4. So we both had 2 songs worse than that one, so that's it, just 2 below it. So
I just think when something's released as a single and you aren't able to hear the rest of the album yet, that your expectation of the song is a lot higher. So as just a part of this album, it's a fine song. As a single, no.
Yeah. I agree. And yeah, as track 4 too, it's a little rough, but yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Let us know what you thought of the album. I hope that you made it past Life You Bleed. I could see a lot of angry comments right then and there calling us out, but there it is. We both enjoyed the album. We're both big Strung Out fans. I know Dylan and I will support the band no matter what. We supported them through the Horse album. And yeah, Dead Rebellion out April 5th, which will probably be today, I'm assuming, on Fat Wreck. So if you like it, make sure and go pick it up, support the band.
See them on tour.
See them on tour like Dylan just did. I haven't seen them since.
Did you see the Twisted in a Suburban Teenage Wasteland tour?
What year was that? The last time I saw them was
2012 ish.
yeah, that must have been it. Because the last time I saw them was in no, I saw them in 2011. I think 2011.
They played Twisted and Suburban. They played them both back to back. It was fucking awesome.
I feel like if that was around, and I'm sure it was, then I would have gotten. I would have gone to see it. But yeah, we'll cut it here. We're right at the 40-minute mark. Yeah, like we said, support the band if you like the album. It's a pleasant surprise for both of us. 7 5s across the board. And that'll do it. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time.